Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Jess with Miss Jess Fitness. Today we're going to be doing a little mini home gym tour for a small space. Kind of all my tips and tricks and things that I learned along the way when building my home gym at home. So be sure to hit the subscribe button, like this video if you like it, and follow me on Instagram. So I actually own my own home, and I've owned my own home for a little while now. It is an older home, so I have been working on renovations kind of as the years go by, just kind of picking away at some of the things that I want to work on within the house. So I actually have this room right here that we are in that I was in the process of working on pre-COVID. It had had carpet in it, and underneath were these like original hardwood floors. So my thought process was rip up the carpet and redo the floors and have them refinished. And I had started doing that pre-COVID, and I had someone that was going to be able to finish the floor, and then COVID kind of hit and I put a stop on the renovations. And so this room was just kind of sitting here empty. The floors were not pretty. They're still not pretty. So at the time when COVID hit, I had actually been kind of just working out in the guest bedroom. I just had some weight sets and just a mat, and so was working out on the mat with some weights. And then I was like, well, okay, I really want to start to buy some equipment. So I know I wanted to buy some equipment, but it was tricky because space-wise, I don't have a ton of space in my house, and the basement is not an option. It's just not tall enough for certain equipment, and it gets damp down there, so it's not ideal to go down and work out in. So I was like, well, I have that room that's just kind of sitting there. It's not very big. I don't have a ton of space, but it's space. I mean, I can do what I can with it. So that's kind of where I went from there. So the very, very first thing that I thought of prior to getting any equipment, prior to anything, was, okay, space. I need to think about if I'm going to be buying some equipment, what kind of space and where can I be putting it? What capacity do I have for that space, and what limitations do I have for that space? What equipment is going to get me the most bang for my buck? So essentially what I'm saying is, what equipment is going to allow me to do the most exercises, the most different, and encompass as many exercises as possible for my money. It would not be realistic for me to buy one piece of equipment that could only do one exercise, like a leg extension machine. It would not make sense space-wise, money-wise, to buy a machine for its sole purpose of leg extension, when I can buy a bench, this one behind me, that can do leg extension, it can do bicep curls. I mean, I use the bench for so many different things. So for me, a bench was a smarter purchase than, say, an equipment that can only do one thing, is what I'm trying to get at. So the first thing that I bought was the bench, and then I also got the squat rack. I got those from good old Walmart. I might have bought the squat rack first, and I actually was able to get the barbell set with the vinyl weights from Walmart in store for like 40 bucks. It's so crazy to me. Like, it was $40 into Walmart, but if you look online, it's like $150. So if you can, and you're looking for like a barbell set, try it and see if you can find something at Walmart. I noticed that Walmart had a bench, kind of like mine. It couldn't do as much as the one that I have, but it was a lot less expensive. I think both the squat rack and the bench cost me around a couple $100 for both of them. So, I mean, if you're able to go into Walmart and keep an eye for these things, you can do that. I know that Walmart, you can like see what's in your store, so you can do that ahead of time, and you may be able to buy it and hold it. It's just, for some reason, it's cheaper than it is online right now. And as I was like kind of starting to work through and buy these things, I was also trying to buy weights, kettlebells, really anything that I could find. I can't lift super, super heavy, So luckily smaller weights are less expensive. So that was a positive thing. To add the barbell set, nothing really fancy, I will tell you that. I mean, it has started chipping on the actual barbell, but I figured that I could always spray paint it if I really wanted to. Again, for 40 bucks, and I think it included like 100 pounds of weight, vinyl weights. I'm really not complaining. It does the job, and yeah. The bench and the squat rack were the first things that I bought because I really wanted to be able to do a proper lower body day. And then afterwards I was like, okay, I want a really good back day. So I started looking at lat machines. And lat machines are also hard to find, which brings me to my next kind of tip. My home gym is on the second floor of my home. It's an older home. So I get nervous putting a ton of weight on the second floor of my home. So when I was looking at lat machines, I was actually looking at ones where I could just put plates on instead of having weights already attached to the machine. That way it saves space, it saves on weight, and I already have the plates where I can just load them and take them off. Easy day. Also, when I was looking at a lat machine, I was thinking, okay, again, what's gonna get me the most exercises out of one machine? And so I settled on the Vanswe, I'm not quite sure how to say it. But honestly, it's absolutely wonderful. This was a little bit more pricier than my squat rack and my bench, although I do think because of COVID, the price was a little higher. But I am able to do so much with it. I can do my lat pull downs, I can do my triceps, I can do my rows, I can do bicep curls, I can do weighted kickbacks. There's just so much that I can do with this one machine that it is 100% worth the cost for me. So yeah, I absolutely love the lat pull down machine. I will say one thing about it that I have noticed is that I can't, when I'm doing the lat pull down, I have to have the bench behind the seat to be able to sit, to be able to pull down in front of me. Because with this machine, because you can do so many things with it, the top portion of the machine juts out further so that you're able to add an extra cable so that you can do seated rows, kickbacks, different things with like the lower cable. So that's the only thing. Again, still worth it in my opinion. I'm not lifting like super heavy, so I don't need that extra support necessarily when I'm sitting doing lat pull downs. So that's my home gym. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them below. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Thanks, bye.